Doing the Good morning, and welcome everyone to our council meeting for June the 10th. I'd like to welcome everyone, we're all here today. Okay, let's get rolling here. Resolution to adopt the agenda as presented. Weber. Councillor Drachek, seconded by Councillor Langston. Further discussion? Seeing none, call the question. All those in favor? Carried. Resolution to adopt the minutes from our May 20th meeting, barring any errors or omissions. Mover, please. Councillor Drachek, seconded by Councillor Screwland. Further discussion? Seeing none, call the question. All those in favor? Carried. Transportation report.
Good morning, council.
Morning.
The past 3 weeks, the east graveling contract was completed. The south and central graveling contracts are ongoing. Graders are busy dragging roads. The rural ditch mower has been out doing some scrubbing. We removed the road tops on Municipal Drive East and Barkley. These pieces will receive asphalt overlay and are part of the scheduled plan for 2026. We've been applying calcium to municipal roads. We are 1 day away from having all of the roads done that we do municipal wise, and then private works will be following that. So by the 18th, everything should be completed. We had a salt shed put up at the Illinois Public Workshop yard, and we still need to do the floor and install the concrete blocks. And our urban area grass cutting is in full swing in all 3 communities. The next 3 weeks, we will be replacing a subgrade and installing weeping tile on Barkley at the Perimeter Drive West and Orion Junction. It's a soft spot repair in anticipation for the asphalt. There will be a scheduled closure of that road next week if the weather allows it. It was scheduled to be this week, but with the rain forecasted and having a 3 to 4 day road closed and having a hole in the road and rain wasn't a good idea, so we got rescheduled to next week, starting Tuesday again tentatively. Clay capping 354 off the asphalt just west of Onald to cover up the rocks that are embedded in the road. That'll be part of the 10% MTI funding that you get above and beyond the contract every year. The regular rural ditch mowing program is starting, and we'll continue dragging roads with the graders.
Great. Questions for Cody?
When you guys are capping that clay, where are you getting it from, the dump or?
No, from a pit, gravel pit. Yeah.
And do we have our own clay sources or? Like
No, we don't.
I thought we had an internal source of the dump that we're gonna use to cap it.
That's to cap the hill. Yeah.
It's just different grade or?
It's different intended purpose and yeah, different material, and we don't really have a permit to pull out of the ground there yet either. So,
Gotcha.
yeah. And you mix it in with gravel and stuff.
Cody, in looking through the checks that have been paid out, I noticed, is all of our summer equipment good to go now? Because I noticed there's been a lot of parts that were purchased to probably repair some of that equipment.
Repair and then also have them on hand so that we have it for the summer.
Okay.
There has been issues in the past with, we'll say, the Schulte. This part's taking longer than they should, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So it's kind of having the things on hand that we know it will be an issue. And again, if they're not an issue this year, next year we still have the same equipment, and we know that those are parts that we use all the time.
Okay, another question, being out and about in the rural area on some of these roads, I noticed lots of stakes now in front of farmyards and so on. Highways doing some.
Those are the calcium. This year, all the ratepayers that lived on PR roads or
Got it.
highways roads,
That just indicates where you're spraying.
that's where highways is going to spray. We're not
Okay.
spraying those sites this year.
Okay.
We may have them go through highways because they have applications for that.
Okay,
And
have they started that?
no, because we still be made aware of it so that we can prep the site, drag it. Not necessarily gravel it, but drag it so it's nice and smooth,
Yeah,
and then have them apply calcium.
yeah.
We're still doing our sites like on our municipal roads, but there is a considerable amount that are on PRs.
And can you do applications of calcium during rain?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, again, there's
'Cause
too
rain
much.
activates it?
Well, it helps soak it in. There is such a thing as too much rain. There is such a thing as, it raining immediately afterwards. But we do water the roads prior to applying calcium. on the municipal roads, so it is beneficial, helps pack it, it helps, just capture the moisture in the road. And we just noticed that it helps a lot.
And you mentioned wheat bean tile on Municipal, was it?
Barclay,
On Barclay. So you're replacing wheat bean tile or you're putting wheat bean tile in?
putting it in.
Okay,
Yeah, there's kind of for a lack of a better term, a spring is what we kind of think
yeah.
in the hill. And that's why the soft spot is there. It comes and goes. It wasn't there last year. This year it came really hard. So that's where we went, well, now we need to address it prior to putting the asphalt down, because there's no way that putting asphalt over top, that's a good idea.
So being out and about and that school bus, I've noticed there's a lot of springs out there. There's a road that I'm on every day and I've never had an issue with it. My goodness, I don't think you can, I don't know how you fix that. You need heat and dry weather for it to just dry up.
And time, yeah. And, just constant maintenance of it and that
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Lastly, dragging. What's dragging again? I hear that word a lot. Is that what the back of the grader has, those rubber wheels?
No, those are packers. Grading is grading is just the grader going and actively maintaining the road top,
Okay.
moving gravel around, cutting out washboard, potholes, relaying material. That's dragging. So it's dragging a road, grading a road.
Drag to repair washboard?
Washboard, potholes, something even like wheel ruts. You'll notice that the constant travel, there are little dips in the road. That's again to repair those. To get rid of grass on the edges or in the middle if it's growing and not being maintained, hasn't been dragged or graded in a little while. So yeah, there's a fix those spots.
When it's after you've graded in soft areas, because
Yeah, the packers are down pretty much all the time.
Okay.
And the packing helps when it's wet the most, obviously, like just because that's when compaction is
Yeah.
the best on the road. But it helps in those soft spots to maintain them.
Okay,
That's it. Thank you.
Councilor Langton.
Do we have a map of or have we seen a map of where the asphalt is happening this year?
But do you guys, I think so, in the meeting or two ago, there was a resolution to accept Municipal Barclay and in South Bay,
Yeah.
the loop there. Those are the three, and then possibly Ridge Place as well, depending on where the budget falls, because at Barclay, this is an unexpected repair, but it is a must.
Yeah.
So it's just according to the finances as to which ones get done for sure.
Yeah, okay, thank you. This was one of the questions that one right there asked me. Councilor Campbell.
Oh, we've been tile, dumb question. Do you put it like a culvert underneath or do you go the other way?
Yeah, you run it lengthwise down the ditch.
Oh, it's in the ditch you put it?
Yes, and then it stops the water from flowing up into the road. And then we're also putting geotextile down, so then it stops the materials from blending together as well. But that's the idea.
Is this something new or you've done it before?
We've only ever actually done it once before,
Oh,
and it was way out west. So it is kind of new, I guess.
and it worked?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Okay, Sandy Lake, the pit, what are those rods around the pit?
There's chain link fence that was brought to the site, and we're salvaging the material, and we're gonna put it on the poles to help with the wind blowing the garbage around the site.
So there'll just be only access on
There,
the sides?
yeah, there'll be access on the north side and the south side of the pit. The east side and the west side will continue to have, we'll have the fence put up just to help with blowing garbage around.
Perfect, okay, thank you.
I have one question.
Okay, go ahead.
I think it's road 93, you go down Ozarna Road, you go to the south side of Valley, and it's the first road going east. I think it's road 93, it goes to the old pit.
Oh, yeah, pit.
Was the mulcher on it, that pottinger on it? Like it looked like there's been a swipe down one side, which is great, it kind of widened the road out. But then it was left, there's grass growing up into that mulch stuff, so I didn't know if the RM did it or if somebody else did it.
Yeah, I know he was in the south and a few roads were done. I never did hear 93 on the list, but that doesn't say that he didn't try to attempt it if he had time one day.
Yeah.
So
no,
I will
it was
definitely
good,
follow
but-
up on it. But yeah, we did a couple of machine roads that I traveled on. Then I traveled on them, say 5 days after they were done and after a rain. They didn't appear to be slimy and bad. I haven't seen them since they've been dragged to see what the finished product was, but that was our,
Wasn't touched, it was mulched and left.
okay,
The mulch is on the side, like he's mulched the side or somebody did,
Yeah.
and then it's just left.
Okay.
The road wasn't graded. It's just that side was mulched, but now the grass is growing up in it.
okay, I'll follow up on it.
Okay, Perfect, thanks. And I'm not sure if it's that is the number, but it's the first mile road going east off of.
Yeah, I know what you're talking
Okay.
about, but yeah, it sounds like that's the
Okay.
right road number.
Okay. Beavers, did you get to that one up at Seach? That guy phoned me again yesterday, wondering when they're gonna get that open? That culvert on the main road?
Yeah, well, I know he was there twice.
It's still apparently plugged again, that one by the barn, like by the red barn. And then I had another, just before the meeting started, north of Lawrence, Felix there, that one's always been a problem too.
Oh yeah, that one I know we're actively there right now. I've heard that in this.
Yeah, it plugged again apparently this morning. It's almost over the grade.
The beavers,
Yeah, the beavers.
beavers.
So, yeah, if you can look into those two.
Yep.
And when you come out of West Bend by the North Hall there, those Caraganas now have basically taken the line of sight out to the south. So if you can mow something there. It's like there's a guide wire and the Caraganas grow under the guide wire, so the ditch mower can't take them out.
All right,
So we just need to deal with those Caraganas that are under that guide wire.
take a look at it for sure.
Okay. Anything else, Council? Looks good. Thanks, Cody.
Thank you.
Thanks, Cody. 4.1, resolution for accounts. Can I get a mover to get these on the table? Councillor Screwdland, seconded by Councillor Langston. Discussion, questions?
I have a question.
Go ahead.
It's 10233. It was to the Clear Lake Country, that $15,000. Did we not pay them 5 already? We paid them 5 because they needed the money sooner. Did we not do that in like, so then the check have been 10 instead of 15?
The agreement was 15 per year, and so I guess that's a choice council can make, because the 5 last year was kind of to help them out. And then it was gonna be 15, 15, 15 is what the agreement said.
Okay, because I thought that was going towards the first year.
So we haven't sent that check yet, so if we want, council could tell us to.
I was under the impression of the same thing.
That was 10 this year.
Well,
Because we.
five
Last year to help.
five
out.
was in advance.
Me too.
Yeah.
I got it through the winter.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. So we will,
Reissue it at 10.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Any other check questions?
No.
All the question, all those in favor? Carried. 4.2, I'll step on for that, please.
what looks for that check.
4.2, check to Lonely Lane feedlot for garbage collection. I got a mover and a seconder to get this on the table. Councillor Langston, seconded by Councillor Skolny. Discussion, questions? All those in favor? Opposed? Abstained? Carried. We're good. Oh, is there 2 of them? No.
I can come back?
Yeah.
4.3, council indemnities, mover. Councillor Screwdland, seconded by. Councillor Campbell, discussion. Call the question, all those in favor? Carried. 4.4, resolution for the agreement for used oil. From Mark. Can I have a mover for that, please? Councillor Langston, seconded by Councillor Screwdland. So I read over this agreement, Mr. Davies. Is there anything that popped for you that was different from the one that you have here at Arnold?
No, we don't have any concerns. Mark is willing to put another oil depot in for us, so they're willing to work with us on that. And to help recover the cost of the C-can for the used oil tank and everything.
It's an IC can.
Are we up and running?
It's a brand new one.
No, the container or the tank. We're still waiting on the tank, like everything's, yeah, we're not running with that, but yeah, we're still, that's the last piece there, and it's taking a little bit longer than it should, but. It's still in the works, so I haven't been forgotten about it.
Okay. Any other discussion from council on? Seeing none, call the question, all those in favor? Carried. Resolution for financial statements, can I get a mover for this, please? Councillor Screwdland, seconded by Councillor Andrejczyk. Any questions from council on the unaudited financial statements ending May 31st? Seeing none, call the question, all those in favor? Carried. Okay, we can go down, we got a little bit of time before our 9:30 Let's go down to the LED stuff before we take a break.
What's that? What's that?
Number 8. Anything from LED in Newdale, Mr. Andrejczyk? Councillor Campbell?
Yes, we held a meeting on May 26th, our regular meeting. We discussed, our big thing is, street upgrades. We're trying to do a couple of, pavement jobs, but we got, apparently some of our culverts, up to, I don't know, 14, 16 culverts have to be replaced. Because they're in dire, shape. Yeah, we're gonna look at that and, yeah, that was the big thing. Tourism sign, we're still looking at, permission to, put a sign up. Over on the number 16. By Newdale, yeah.
How do you determine a bad, weak, culvert? Is it just the kips when you drive by, you see them all beat up and bent?
It's a bit of water soaking up.
No drain.
End of the road.
Part of it is, Councillor Scribbin, that we intend to pave a lot of the streets and the culverts haven't been touched in 30 years.
Okay.
That's just best practice. Let's do the culverts at the same time we're doing the road top. So if we do finally pave, we shouldn't have to dig down again.
Yeah, again, I agree.
Okay, I guess I
Thank you.
put the cart before the horse.
We should do it in the year before,
This is the year before.
Yeah, this is the year before.
get it back in. So
Yeah, get it back
The
in.
year before.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna scrape the. It's gonna look good. Sound like it's gonna be beautiful.
Okay. Number 10, anything from Ronald?
Nothing.
Okay,
Sorry, I don't know if we should be on an alert recreational trails. We didn't get a trails grant. This year, we did apply, so our intent was to do Alban, the walking path or the sidewalk, and then to do the trail by the Foxtail. However, we didn't get the trails grant, so our intent was to proceed with Alban. We just wanted to make sure council was okay with that, or just to give us direction on which one we should.
I personally think that we should do the highway one. I think that the ability to get tourists back and forth is like our most important thing. I know obviously students are important too, but I just feel like that one on Highway 10 is gonna get people biking from Longville to Clear Lake. So if I was saying where we should prioritize, I would advocate for that.
How much money do we have set aside and which project will it cover, or will it cover? What will it cover?
One's gravel, one's pavement, correct?
Yeah, one's asphalt. The one in Alban was asphalt for about $10,000, and then I don't know off the top of my head what the other one is. But I don't think we could do one or the other.
That's gravel.
but if we're getting asphalt delivered for streets.
Different project, different contractors, different
Contract?
machines, everything, so.
Yeah, to me, it doesn't matter. I will support either one. I do think it's important to have that sporties intersection and whatnot, to have a little safer there too for pedestrians, so if that helps out, I'm all good for it.
Yeah, I just feel like let's get the tourists and people here and we can worry about kind of optimizing them. Like there's still speaking of kids to walk.
Well, yeah, we gotta, there, yeah, it's just not.
There's a lot more activity there now. I
Oh,
agree
for sure.
with it, it's gonna get even busier.
Yeah, we need to continue to work to organize that. I feel like we've got a broken structure trying to get people from Wasagman to Ondol and like. We're doing really good, but like it's that last 4% where it makes people feel unsafe when they're headed right into traffic, so. Yeah,
Okay, we'll proceed then with Foxtail area.
Yeah.
What was staff's reasoning? Like, why did you pick the other one? Is there?
There was just we got the feeling from council that you want to go down Alban there last year and try to get it done, so we thought, okay, if we have to do one or the other, let's do Alban, but. We can wait another year.
Yeah, and I think Alvin does have that, you can step off the road.
Yeah.
You know, it's not. Overly visible as a path, but you can still get off the road, so where I don't believe the other one is.
Yeah, it's
You're on the road, yeah,
You're
you're on
coming
the
down
road, yeah,
20 kilometers an hour and someone's driving at you.
yeah, no, so that's,
Okay.
I do appreciate the thought of doing Alvin, but I think the other one's more important, so.
Thank you.
We'll do one more thing, then we'll take a quick break. So we got water and sewer utilities, lagoon usage. Kind of a brief, everybody read that over. Any questions from council on that?
You know what, I heard some anecdotal comments that I thought were maybe interesting. Chad, is it accurate that at one point we didn't have enough volume coming into our lagoon and we had to go and ask our neighbors to come and use it?
Yeah, so on 2 occasions prior to about 2000, I came in 2004, so the lagoon was built in 96. 2 occasions between 96 and 2004, they actually got PFRA to pump water into the lagoon so the clay wouldn't crack in the wintertime. So we just didn't have the volume. We finally didn't discharge the lagoon until, I don't even know if it was 2007 or 2008 was the first time we ever had to discharge.
Oh, I thought that was interesting, yes.
I think the Parks Canada one, and correct me if I'm wrong, Mr. Davies, but Parks Canada potentially needed more too. We just didn't have sewer system over in South Bay area. Was that, we were able to use their lagoon because they needed the sewage? Is that?
Yeah, there's, depending what the processes are in the lagoon, sometimes you need that for it to work properly.
And if that's still the case with, Parks Canada, if they're still looking for added sewage, I guess, to have their lagoon run properly, can we have a conversation with them?
Yeah, I have with my counterpart either tomorrow morning or Friday morning, so I can, I'll put that on the list to have that conversation.
Just to see for further planning, future planning. It's right there for South Bay area people that we got development going on down there, so. Council Langston, you had something to add?
So have we done a good job of kind of figuring out what our kind of like break even cost is on those? Have we adjusted pricing for the people that are coming to Sandy Lake yet?
We haven't adjusted the pricing. We have the pricing the same as Onanal. We're trying to figure out the best way to go with what you're asking for a break even cost. Given there's several different options that can occur. There's people that sell you bugs to eat the sludge. There's digging out the sludge. There's making a new cell, which I hope is not the option we look at. So we just have to kind of figure out what the cost is for the sludge removal side of things.
Right, and yeah, do you feel like do our partners think that this like party's ending in 2 weeks or 2 months? Like, when I chatted with the CAO there, so he was just kind of like, oh, looks like this is coming like real quick. And I was like, I don't think we're like rushing you guys out of there, but
we're asking for the lagoon logs weekly so we can see what's coming in, both sites, so we know what the concentration of BOD is coming in. We've improved our sheets, whether it's a holding tank, septic tank, because that's where your BOD comes from.
Yeah.
That information that we collect here is not only useful for us in managing our lagoon, it'll also help those other entities on what they're going to need for their own lagoons.
Right.
Rolling River First Nation already has, I think it's J.R. Cousins consulting working on a lagoon. They've actually picked a couple sites, so they are actively heading in the direction they need to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, same thing, this information that we've been keeping for how many years for them, they'll need that and they'll be able to actually build their lagoon for a 20-year life cycle.
So I think what you're telling me is once you've kind of got a year of historical data, you'll be able to kind of communicate better with our partners as to like how much capacity they have, when they might, when our drop dead date might be, maybe there isn't a drop dead date, that sort of thing.
It's going to be managing our lagoon. I'm thinking we can help Rolling River First Nation probably push the feds along on the funding side of things, and you could actually build a lagoon fairly quick. With probably one within 2 years, I think is kind of what they're hoping.
Yeah.
So.
But we don't want over capacity hours.
No, that's why we have to watch, and they understand that. So already talked to Rolling River about, okay, normally a septic tank gets emptied in the late fall, but if we're gonna dump our lagoon in late fall, we don't want the BOD coming in because then we can't get into there. So we have to stagger those loads stuff. So
Have we started receiving the logbooks?
yeah, I had Rolling Rivers last Friday. I had their first week already. So yeah.
And are you doing cameras and
Security of documents and premises, I'd recommend that we discuss in camera.
Okay,
smart?
Okay, any other questions?
so you haven't received the logbooks from the other?
I'd have to ask Kate if we
Okay.
did or not.
Any other questions?
Sorry, this would be actually technically the first week for the
Sure.
others. Rolling River switched immediately after getting the letter, so.
Thank you.
Okay, any other questions? We'll take a quick 3-minute recess and then we'll come back with our first public hearing. Good morning and welcome back, everyone. Okay, can I get a mover to go into our first public hearing? Councilor Screwdlin, seconded by Councilor Skolny. All those in favor? Carried. We're in our first public hearing. Robert, go ahead.
This is conditional use application 2026 CU-01 applied by Langston Lane Ltd. This is at 106077 PTH 10. The proposal is to allow the 10 approved campsites to be used for tenting / RV and travel trailers, or accommodation buildings under the arm of Harrison zoning bylaw 1381 in the general agricultural bulk table IV-II. Section 94.1 of the Planning Act requires that a conditional use application be filed. Notice of the hearing was sent out at least 14 days prior to the hearing. Copy of this has been sent to all residents within 100 meters of the property. I do have a list of the notified here. To this date, I've received the planning application and made the proposed drawings with regards to the subject's application. There were 5 letters sent to the neighbors, and I have had 0 representation. Respectfully filed this date of June 10th, 2026.
Okay, perfect. The applicants are here. You guys can come on up. Morning.
Morning.
So,
Mr. Chair, just before we start, I just want to clarify that under 17(1 of the Municipal Council Conflict of Interest Act, that Councillor Langston can appear before councillor. They have the same right as any other resident of the municipality to appear for the purpose of representing his personal interests in an application for a conditional use under his zoning bylaw.
thank you for that.
Thank you.
So basically, right now it's set up, Robert, that there's just 10 sites that can be used just for tents or trailers.
Yes, correct. There's a maximum of 10 overnight campsites permitted on the property, and then a maximum of 13 accommodation buildings
Okay.
on the property, as well as serving single family units.
So you want the flexibility to either have a camper tent or cabin.
Yeah, I mean, okay, she's got a little bit of a chat. Can we maybe just lead with that?
Sure, okay, I'll just read what I wrote. So in 2024, the property was approved for 13 accommodation buildings and 10 RV campsites. Today, we're just asking for a small amendment that would give us more flexibility in how those 10 approved sites can be used. We're not asking for additional sites, increased density, or an expansion of the resort. We're simply asking for 10 approved sites to be permitted to be used either as RV camping or accommodation buildings, depending on kind of the guest demand. Since purchasing the property, we have invested significantly in improving the site. We've increased seasonal employment from 1 to 2.5 positions. We've renovated and repurposed old campground cabins that were otherwise destined to be torn down and sent to the landfill. So we kept them out of the landfill. We've upgraded the property's electrical infrastructure. We've mounted a hydro. We've installed new water infrastructure throughout the property, we've improved fire protection measures. Completed substantial landscaping and site improvements, and repairing the existing buildings and accommodations. So in addition to these improvements, we've contributed to the local economy by hiring local contractors, trade people, creating construction and seasonal employment, and supporting the local businesses for supplies, services, waste collection, and maintenance. So in closing, this flexibility would just allow our business to have a bit more certainty and to a flexibility when investing, and it would also allow us to respond to what today's tourists are looking for in accommodations, while increasing the municipal assessment and tax base in the future development, all within the overall scope of the development already approved by council. Thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So, yeah, so basically the 10 sites right now could be trailers or tents,
Mhm.
and you just want the flexibility to be able to put a cabin on there.
So are you changing like 5, or are you wanting to change, like, instead of having 10 trailer or tents, like down to 5 and put 5 more buildings in?
We'd like the optionality, just because, like, we could, as an example, do yurts on site. But we've basically been getting people reaching out to us on these old campground cabins very affordably, with like a lot of the infrastructure intact on them, so it just gives us that flexibility. We don't know for sure where we're going, but, and then maybe along the way, if we're not at our number yet, someone books a whole resort, we want to be able to bring 5 RVs on site, be compliant, right? So it's kind of like, we got a 3-year build out here, and we may want to have RVs on site. In the meantime, as we get closer to the limit, we would kind of make those decisions.
The sites like are all service, they all have like sewer hookups and water, yeah.
Yep. And hydro,
Yeah, we have 800 amps out there now.
so that means for 10 sites, 10 of the campsites?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, and you mentioned the water infrastructure, so that water infrastructure was added to those 10 sites?
No, it was already there, it was already run to those, we just, we basically ran more waters, so all the existing buildings that were there, they now have water taps at their door. We ran underground just for like, we basically ran a water sprinkler system, and taps to all the different buildings.
How many wells are there? Just one?
There's one big one, yeah.
Okay, any other questions from council?
So if, let's say we say yes, and over the next, like you said, a 3-year build out, you acquire some more buildings. And let's say 10 of them.
Yeah.
So there would be no campground anymore there. It would be, you would have buildings.
Yeah,
Except
that's,
23 accommodation buildings.
yeah. They're all quite, like, we're going for smaller buildings, you know.
Yeah.
They're approximately 280 square feet each.
So you can't put a big count on it.
I drove by there quite a lot, so I've seen, there's been a fair amount of work that was going on over the past month, so.
Mhm.
I saw a couple of the buildings, I don't do social media, my wife does, she showed me that, you reached out to the community, if there's people were wanting a building to get rid of. You would certainly have a look at it, and, I'm glad to hear that, some people came to the party for it.
Yeah, no, it's good. There's enough of them around. I mean, there was basically 500 of them built at one point, right? And in the old campground.
So if you had to give those cabins that you brought in, you gave them some love?
Full restoration,
Yeah.
fully permitted hydro, fully permitted electrical redo, air conditioning,
Yeah.
reclad, new windows. It's like,
So when you applied, is it 2 years ago, 2024?
2024 August, yeah.
There was a neighbor that wanted a fence, but the trees were the fence.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then there was it a road allowance? So with all the changing, were you able to, I don't think we said you had to move anything, but did you take that into
Oh,
consideration?
yeah, we're bringing them out now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was just one, and I think that was signed off on as being okay, but it has to move it if we needed to.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it's all seasonal still?
It's
Yeah.
all seasonal, yeah, and that's kind of,
No intent to run it in the winter. It's too hard.
Good one. Any other questions from council? Okay, I'll open this up to the public. If anyone wants to speak on this, just raise your hand and Chad will unmute you. And second call to speak to this conditional use application. Langston Lane. And the last call to speak to this conditional use application.
No hands, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
Septic, one tank? Two?
we have 4.
4 tanks?
Yeah.
Okay, and did you have to add any or replace any? They were already there?
Yeah.
Okay,
And we talked to the water people and they were fine with everything.
thank you.
Office of Drinking Water. They're good people. They're good people. Okay, any other questions from council before I close this public hearing? Anything you wanted to add?
No, I mean, just a couple other points. We think that, having buildings as opposed to RVs coming in off the highway is a safer option.
Mhm.
For sure. Okay. Anything else from council before I close this public hearing? Okay, can I get a mover to close the public hearing, and open the regular session? Councilor Smoley, seconded by Councilor Pollock. All those in favor? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, building and development services. Robert.
This is Building and Development Officer report for June 10th, 2026. At the time of making this report, We're sitting at 18 permits since the beginning of 2026. We had 3 dwellings, 3 additions, 7 accessory buildings, 1 renovation permit and 4 deck permits, along with our 8 variations and 1 conditional use at the time. Also, we have the 2 zoning bylaw amendments, 1 just got added, and our development plan amendment that we are waiting for. So on a total revenue, we're sitting at $12,446.10.
Questions from council? Go ahead.
You mentioned one waiting to hear on a zoning bylaw. Is that 177?
No, the development plan amendment, we're waiting for our circulation to be done. I think there was an extension at the time. We were supposed to get it back about a week or so ago, and I haven't yet. So hopefully that one would come in shortly. That's one of the ones near Sandy Lake on the east side of the lake that we're waiting for. So once we get that back, we can plan a second reading for it, and it'll be a public hearing for it as well.
In your report, you mentioned there's a multi-lot subdivision inquiry, and it's in its early stages.
Yep, still very early. No land has been purchased yet for one of them. The other one is still early stages, so
Have they been in to discuss?
we've had some discussion.
So is there some criteria that they're interested in getting to purchase the land?
Yeah, just trying to figure out what would be acceptable, and they're trying to get their ducks in a row so they can come and talk to council about it. So that's kind of where those ones have been sitting at so far.
Piles of red tape, that's all it is when you're doing a subdivision now.
There's a lot to think about when you're talking about
And money.
lots, yes.
Did we get our plan back signed from the ministry yet, Mr. Davies?
No, we haven't.
We'll have to ask him about that next week. Okay, any other questions from council?
Just take a copy with us and make.
Yeah, exactly, good plan. It's gonna be there, so. Fine. Okay, good. Okay, 7.2, you need to set out? That's me. Yep, that's you. 7.2, resolution for conditional use application Langton Lane. Can I have a mover for this, please? Councillor Skrudland, seconded by Councillor Skolnick. Discussion? I think it sounds like a good idea.
I do too, and I was happy to hear that I'm hopeful they get 10 buildings. You eliminate the campers because that road is a very busy road based on the Department of Highways. Well, that's nice to hear.
More tax revenue for the municipality.
Exactly.
Fixed building.
So if approved, you just leave it open as to, and do you word it as a total of 23 usable sites, or how do you?
No, I would think just leave it as flex, that they can do either or, because they don't know if they've got buildings yet, so just leave it as flex. They can add cabins as they get to them.
But for a total of 23,
Yeah, not
Correct.
43.
Yeah, if there's as a total, there's 23 lots. 13 for sure can only be used for that, and then there would be 10 that could be both.
one or the other.
One or the other.
One
Right.
or the
One or the other.
Yeah.
I think getting trucks and campers off the highway would be better, but I think the buildings are a better idea in my mind. It would be safer.
There's enough.
Hopefully less intensified use of the highway,
Mhm.
safer use.
Okay. Further discussion? Call the question, all in favor?
How are we wording it?
Well, it's worded right now that it's conditional use be approved to.
Yeah, so it's the 10 approved campsites to be used for tenting, RV, travel trailers, or accommodation buildings.
Yes, that's how it's worded.
I think that leaving the flexibility to the
Yeah.
resort owners is good, just in case they might not see a need for a campsite, cost of living, buying a camper, fuel, all that. It's good to just come up and have
Yeah.
a small place that's already there and outfit it. So I like the flexibility that's up to them.
Yeah.
They see their business succeeding.
Yeah, it's tenting, RVs, travel trailer, or accommodation buildings, so that's the way the resolution is worded.
And do they notify us if they have put 5 buildings on in the next year?
When they bring in the next buildings, it would be the same as the last ones for those accessory buildings.
What do you do with a yurt? Is a permit required for a yurt?
It's
Structure.
technically a structure, there's there'd be, there's some places, okay, when we first talked about them, there's some places that just say. No, they kind of just go on because they're not permanent, but they are still a structure.
Like a
So-
rubber band, it's not permanent,
Yeah.
but the permit is required, okay?
Mhm.
Would you feel better if it read at the end to a max, just put in there to a maximum? Is it in the original agreement, we'll say to a maximum, or?
I would be more comfortable if it was saying to a maximum of 23.
Well,
Just so if they
Well,
sold it to
sorry.
somebody who read this, they don't think that they can change them to whatever, so.
Yeah,
I don't mind
so be approved as filed to a maximum of 23. Accommodation building?
Or accommodation, like it's some, it
No,
could be all buildings.
Yeah, it's not all buildings, so to a maximum of 23 sites, really.
Yeah.
They can do whatever they want with them, just that's all they can have.
Accommodations, 23 accommodations. Cause it could be a building, it could be your, could be a camper.
And you know what?
We
If
put
those-
accommodation buildings and then a camper in front of
Yeah,
them.
well, no,
Yeah. So that would be just a. Therefore be resolved subject to. Total of 23 sites.
at the discretion of the,
No, don't need
Let me
that.
try a second.
Just.
How many campsites are asked for now?
Pardon?
10,
10 campsites currently,
and the other ones are already accommodations.
yeah, which there's 13 approved accommodation buildings.
For them, yeah, so just up to a total of 23
Sites.
sites, they can do whatever they want with them.
Yeah.
If you wanna tear a building down and turn it into a tent site, go ahead, you wanna. Put a cabin on a camper site, go ahead, want to do no more than 23.
No,
no,
you can. 13 buildings
Yeah,
can have everything up.
Okay, do we care, like that's,
You could, it could become an issue because if they want to, they tear all 10 down and all 13 down and turn into a campground, which is different than what the approvals were given.
Yeah. So the new 10 lots, they could, if they put all buildings, they could remove them and put them back to tenting if they'd like to. And in the future, they could put buildings back on them.
and I think the
13 remain the same.
13 remain the same.
just those
Yes.
13. So
Yeah, that's what they
I-
asked.
I just-
So then it should just be the 10 sites be flexible.
That's
Because the
right.
13 are already
So,
set in stone. eh?
correct.
So then it should just, as it's written here right now, 10 approved campsites be used for tenting, RVs, travel trailers, or accommodation building.
that's right.
That's the way it should read. Because the other 3 are already locked, or the 13
13,
are locked in.
yes.
And as the buildings go on these lots, they get locked in too.
Yeah.
And I think they've already outlaid a fair amount of money. If they only get 2 buildings, 3 buildings, 4 buildings, they need that option. To generate revenue for campers.
Yeah.
And until a point where they've now fulfilled the 10 lots with buildings.
So there's nothing new adding to the resolution. The resolution just reads as it stands there now,
You bet.
and then it's done. Council good?
Yeah.
All those in favor? Carried. Go Councilor Langston knocking off.
Thank you.
Thank you. 7.3 subdivision application for Riding Mountain Properties. Can I get a mover to get this on? Langston, second by Councilor Scollin. So everybody read over the report, the letters to council, the subdivision application. Robert, give us your notes first.
Yeah, this is subdivision application file 4609-23-8540. Applied by Valerie Morrison and Riding Mountain Properties. The intent of the subdivision, this subdivision proposes to create 3 new residential lots. All accesses will be onto the municipal road to the west of the subject property. The proposed lots will get their own water from individual wells, and sewage will be managed by holding tanks. There is a body of water proposed on lot 3, the edges of which extend into lot 1 and 2. There is an existing drainage channel that moves through the proposed lots as well. As well as an agri resource exits under the ground northwest of the property. So this is a new take on on the original subdivision file that is the same number. Just reducing some of the lots so the public road doesn't have to be created on the north. And so this is just for the southern lots.
and the province has some concerns that they've brought forward. That they want, if we were to approve this, that they would like us to consider. They didn't say we can't approve it, it's up to council, but there's some things that they like to see. They mentioned lot 2 is in 3. Did you get that map up there again? Lot 2 and 3, they want them decreasing the site width of lot 2s and 3.
The reason for that, Mr. Chair, is right here.
Mhm.
It's the site width is considered what's fronting on the.
The road
public
itself.
Access or the road.
Okay.
So these are just too narrow widths that have to be reduced by variations.
Okay.
So
And I thought
originally
we-
there was 5 lots proposed. There was one here and one here as well. Actually 6, because the yard was gonna come off as well here. The cost to do this road was way more than it was worth doing, is my understanding. So instead, that's gonna stay as is, and just 1, 2, and then 3. So the variations are required for the site width at the road on the side.
Chad, where's that historical trail?
They just say it goes through the property. There was
Yeah, I
a,
was just wondering where it is.
yeah, they just say that there's historical records.
Those site widths, Chad, those are only basically gonna be their approach.
Correct.
So, and is that 89 feet?
No, it's 66 feet.
No,
20,
those
20 point, those are the angles, sorry, 20.117.
Realistically,
Meters.
probably they're gonna combine it, do one road and assign them each road, like more than.
So both of them are sitting at 66 feet now. And usually the 99, is that what the variance would have to be? Like, is that?
No, usually your front, your width is
100.
100 feet.
But
So,
It's 66 feet as it's sitting there now.
Correct, so that's where the variation.
that's where the variation be required for those ones. But on September 17th of 2025, during the original, council did approve those variations because those sites did not change since the originals.
Correct.
So
We've already signed off on this plan, on that specific part of the plan.
on those, yeah, they were different lot numbers at the time,
Right.
but the same ones were permitted before, and I think community planning said that was okay for us to push it through.
I think we could go and tell community planning, if council approves this today, we go, the variations were approved last year
Mhm.
already. They could still stand because it's within the 1 year.
Yes.
And it also says in the report that the historical resource branch would work with the landowner.
Yeah, with a lot of this nowadays, they're pushing for the geological assessments on the properties.
They just don't want it to happen. They want to know a timeline because they won't be doing it in winter.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they still have to do a drainage plan yet, like they still has to sign off on a drainage plan.
Mhm.
So we would sign off on that as well as the province, right?
What's
We'd have a say in the drainage plan as well, right?
I think it's the drainage studies is saying how everything goes first off, and then that has to be approved through the province.
What's HRIA stand for?
Historic research,
Resource,
resource
Assessment.
assessment,
something
basically.
I think of what it means.
So H, historic,
Mhm.
resource, the R, what's the I?
Probably impact.
Impact assessment, yeah.
Perfect.
And there's a list of, on one of these, there's a list of all the companies that do the impact assessments.
Yeah, and it's anywhere from $5,000 to $25,000, depending on
Mhm.
how in depth they go and what they find. And if they find something, then good luck.
Okay, so there,
Any roads that are being made, there's a public hearing, correct?
They're not gonna be public roads. They'd be private,
Okay.
driveways.
Okay.
so just give me some clarity here. We approved this, it went back to the province came back and said, hey, here's some concerns that we have with the deal that you guys just signed. Number 1 being, no designation for setbacks from the water body. Is that correct? Didn't I just read that right there? That they
Yeah.
that they recommended, okay, number 2 was that they want us to do an impact assessment. They,
The-
yeah,
The applicant,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
applicant, yeah.
okay, I mean, I certainly have no problem with the setback if that's like the best practice and there's like no good reason, like typically it doesn't, 5 feet is pretty minor, right? I think the impact assessment is unnecessary, I think
But they
that.
can't move forward though, they have.
Yeah, that's a,
Move forward.
correct, that's a
That's not
provincial,
suggestion.
No, they.
None of these are suggestions, all of them are mandatory.
it's a provincial
These are
condition.
provincial standards.
I do agree with you, Councilor Langston, yeah, that's under control.
Yeah,
So that's, they have to do the impact study, they have to do the drainage
so
plan.
this is just coming back to us as a decline.
No,
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 No, what happened is,
I'm sorry, this was on my notes for, I don't know why.
yeah, so what happened is this road along here, which was Val's Lane.
Yeah,
That was gonna become a public road, but we
Yeah.
required a turnaround and to be brought to municipal standards,
Right.
which the cost was too much, so she decided to change the plan of subdivision to just include 2 lots versus 6.
right,
Came back to us under the same subdivision plan, which I've never had happen
Mhm.
before.
that was strange.
And because it's under the same plan, we can use the variations that were approved last September as the variations for these 2 lots as well.
and that's all we're here to talk about.
That's basically all you're looking at is, do we like the 3 lots that she's creating? Yes, we say yes to the province. The province will give her a letter saying you need variations from us. Then we go back and say, hey, we already did them. And you need a whole bunch of other things, whatever the province tells you.
And then the ball's in their court.
Can you point the mouse to the 3 lots?
1, 2, and 3. Don't get confused by this.
Yeah,
This
no,
is
that's
an
why I
original
was
public
asking.
forum.
Yeah,
Oh, sorry, Val's actually on the meeting here.
Why do they have lot 1 and 2 and 4 and no 3 now? And then they put the new 1, 2 and 3.
Can you talk to that?
Yeah.
The residual land 1, 2, and 3, I think was the original residual.
And does lot 3 over on the right hand side extend into the slough bottom and up into the,
This is all lot 3.
Yeah.
Basically the residual.
The whole
remains
thing, yeah.
3, but Val is online if you do want to ask her.
On that map, where are the existing homes now, or are there any?
Yeah,
1, 2, and here.
Okay, perfect.
Val, you're on there. I see you got your hand up. You want to chat?
Yes, I am.
Okay, yeah, we're just going.
Sorry, I was getting confused. You
clarify
mentioned
some
not.
things.
Oh, okay. No, you mentioned not having setbacks, and I thought you had a required setback of 100 feet from the waterfront.
For bodies of water, there is different setbacks depending on zoning. So we'd have to look at the actual, but still 50 feet to 100 feet is usually, 100 feet is usually required in most zones. 50 feet can be approved from some, and then that's just the province saying what they're okay with. You still have to follow under the municipal zoning bylaw setbacks as well.
so the municipal 50 or 100?
I'd have to,
Correct,
once
yes,
it gets
okay.
in, well, once the new zoning bylaw is passed, because that's the one we'd have to go through. I'd have to double check on that one, but currently I think it's 50 feet for residential. I'm not too sure. I'd have to double check on that. But that's when we'd actually be doing the building.
Whatever it is.
Yes, we have to follow municipal bylaws as well.
Okay,
So
anything else for
Okay, so it
council?
already exists. Okay.
I'm just confused.
Nothing at the moment, no.
Thank you.
Sorry, go ahead.
I'm just confused why they had 1, 2, and 4 for the original, and when they changed the plan, we've got 1, 2, 4, and then 1, 2, 3. Like there was a 3 missing there.
oh, the 1 and 2 are completely different. They're not part of this
Different
property.
plan number.
Yeah,
Okay.
those were subdivided off a long time ago.
Okay.
So those are not part of
So
this
get 1, 2,
property.
3, 4. Okay. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, anything else, council? So this resolution,
So if we approve this, does it get circulated again, or how does?
No, it's been
It's
circulated.
Okay,
We approve this, we send it to community planning, she'll get a conditional approval letter saying here's the conditions, which 2 of them are the variations on our part. And then whatever else the province puts in there that we have no control
which would be the historical, if that's the case.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
correct.
And they'll reach out to her directly?
yeah, they'll send you, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah, so this resolution that we have a mover and a second for, just decrease those 2 sides. Those 2 lot sizes down there.
Thanks, Val.
Anything else, council?
Hey, Barry.
Okay, call the question then. All those in favor? Carried. Okay, moving on. Trails,
What number? Oh, yes.
we're down to 12, 12, 13, 14. Yeah, okay, communication, rail states invite to the next meeting. Minutes of primary care minutes.
Who sits on that committee?
Those are Paul, okay.
I'm not on that
Primary
committee.
care is Brenda Rust.
Oh, Brenda Rust, oh, okay. I wasn't sure which one we're on. So, we read that over. 2025 property assessment annual report. We read that over.
It's a little disappointing that they're only getting 14 interior reviews out of 4,284 rolls that they did.
Is it because of lack of staff?
I don't know, but it's disappointing.
Or is there a lot of vacation?
Good question, what lack of staff or what the reason is.
So we're closing in on $1 billion worth of properties. Is that what I'm reading? 910 million?
Yeah.
I don't know, but I just got my assessment letter. Holy that.
You're rich.
Oh, things are
Changed.
incredible how much it's going up.
And are you current? Like, have you been re-inspected or
I got
not?
my, just on that base,
Oh, okay.
which she told us the other day when she was here, it was what, 27% or 20?
40 some, I think, wasn't it?
40 some, I thought it was.
Yeah, I
It's
wouldn't,
41%.
41%, so, yeah.
Yeah, well, when you read your notices, it's. She's substantial in the farmland for sure. I don't think my building's changed.
Okay. Riding Mountain West Watershed District Accountability Resolution, so just a letter from them. There stands. We read that over. RM of Wallace Woodward Shumwell Dam Resolution.
So should we not be responding to this Riding Mountain West like other ones have responded?
We'll be discussing that further
Okay,
later in the meeting.
okay.
This is also, they're asking for your support, the June district meetings as well. That's where these resolutions will appear.
Okay, RM of Wallace Woodward Shumwell Dam Resolution, okay, and then docking and mooring letters from. Which was. It was an interesting one, Wes Pancratz's take on it, which is good.
So I have a question. So what is the municipality doing with the $100 donation?
It's still sitting on my desk right now. Council can decide where you want us to allocate that to, or we can return it to them. It's up to you.
I just wasn't sure what it was going to.
I don't know, he just felt that it was, you know, he was just doing his part. He just gave us $100 donation in lieu of taxes. I know he's on the AIS committee in the community, and he goes to all the Friends of Sandy Hook meetings, and
I think putting it there is reasonable. I mean, that's the organization's passionate about.
so.
That was kind of, we discussed that at one point, driving that revenue into that, so. It makes much sense.
I think it's an easy thing to do.
Okay, Water Protection Group. Okay,
Thank you.
yeah, no. Request to lease road allowance. So we've received these in the past, and we've always, I believe, declined them, Mr. Davies.
We've never actually outright leased road allowance, that I can recall.
No, we've been asked that in the past.
We have a lot of undeveloped road allowances that get utilized throughout the municipality. In this case here, we gave permission back 12 years ago to put a gate across the road allowance. But what's happening is somebody else is just opening the gate because it is on road allowance and leaving it, so.
So this gentleman doesn't own the road, but he owns the land on either side of the road,
Correct, yeah.
and this road goes nowhere.
it goes and dead ends at another fence to the north.
So I read them,
So the road kind of ends right here, Counselor Scribbling.
Okay.
But it could
And the
go,
road allowance goes up all the way and dead ends at another, I can't remember if this is a road allowance here. but
And
this
it's
is-
undeveloped, there's no.
It's all undeveloped.
It doesn't really. Well, it
so
doesn't really dead end, does it? Keeps going.
Oh, yeah, correct.
Like
Yeah,
it goes all the way to
wherever the road allowance, yeah.
really,
But it's an
But-
undeveloped.
but it's undeveloped.
Yeah.
So
I happened to read minutes of another council, RM municipality. And similar situation where they allowed the road allowance based on dates, and that's what this gentleman's asked for is. I think in June till, when is it, November?
May until.
May until November or September. I don't think it's an unrealistic request. In fact, is this the same guy that had this issue a year ago? We talked about this?
So why didn't they lock his gate?
He can't,
Why can't we?
until we give, if we allow this road allowance.
Is there anyone
And
that
he
would
can't.
be, is there anyone that would be negatively impacted by us leasing this land for them? Or any consideration that someone would be negatively impacted?
It goes nowhere, like, nobody even has a reason to be going down there. Just, can we not give them approval to lock the gate from whatever his date was, May 10th to November 1st? Give them a written letter to lock it, and then after November 1st, it's unlocked.
I'm sure we could go for a drive and probably find farmers that have got a fence right across a road like this. In our RM.
Some of them have it fenced with no.
He's not asking to develop on it.
No,
It's temporary.
It's just cattle.
Try for you.
Yeah, it's another thing I don't want to come back, you know, like. Dealing with this, it's painful for me, it's just, you know. We have discussion on something that shouldn't be happening, with somebody unlocking his, or opening his fence, whatever it is. I agree with Councilor Langston and his ask, and maybe that time period, whatever it is.
Easy fix.
Sure wish people would. just have
respect
a
it.
little common sense and respect for each other but then again, it comes back, you're not gonna deal with it.
So there's no point in hammering it out anymore. We're gonna move forward on it and carry on, or
so
debate.
would there be ever a reason like emergency vehicles need to go down there?
Or just cut the gate.
You just cut the gate and go?
Right, so is that something we wanna start doing then, Mr. Davies? Is this, or do we wanna stand, regular practices, past practices? What's your opinion?
I don't know, I feel like this guy's trying to raise cattle, like this is business.
This is why we go.
So to me, if like we can do something that kind of makes like, oh, I don't have to run. 2,000 linear feet of barbed wire to circumvent this road that goes to nowhere. I think we try it out.
like what are your,
We have undeveloped road allowances everywhere. We don't really run into issues because the neighbors just respect what's happened there for years. That I'm not sure what to do in this case. It's time consuming. Very
And
yes.
if somebody's going there and opening the gate, what are they doing there? They're just going and opening the gate.
Cause they're on public property and whatever.
I think we just allow them to lock the gate from May 1st to November, or whatever his dates were, May to November 1st. Give them approval letter, we try it for a year.
That's it. So if we give them approval letter, what's to stop public from still opening the gate?
Well, nothing, it'll be.
Well, then there'd be any.
Yeah,
And why would we be going, why would any of us go down there? There's nothing there.
I'm not sure why, but I'm just saying, like, it's public property still, like, I mean, it's
There's
technically road loans.
There's
Is there a
one
sign?
not far from me, there's a gate.
Fine, you can't go into the docks
I know.
in Sandy Lake that are on public property and start cutting them, like, it's like. We're allowing a citizen to
Carry on
operate
with business.
carry on something on public property.
How many
Doesn't mean
have-
People don't have to follow.
How many of us are using road allowance, but didn't even ask, or haven't even fenced in?
well, I'm sure, like I said, if we went for a drive, you'd find a few.
It's only a problem until it becomes a problem. Unfortunately for this guy, it's became a problem. Somebody wants to my knowledge, and I could be lacking information, but just wants to be a little bit of an irritant to him, and Again, if it's our property. Come winter time, whatever it is, skidoers go by, I'm not sure, I'm not a skidooer, I guess that would.
So you'd be open then.
Yeah, and I'm just tired of dealing with it. I believe Mr. Davies has expressed, it's time consuming for the staff here. The gentleman said the RCP have been involved, which if it's that problem, then it's not our problem, but
Councilor Drake, you're sitting pretty quiet over there. There's a road allowance between our pastures.
I had a long conversation with and I'm just worried about repercussions either way, I guess, because we do have this everywhere. And
Once we do it once.
yeah, and then who do you lease it to?
Yeah.
The one between you and I.
Yeah.
So I come in and can I say, well, I wanna lease it, and then you gotta move your fence, or
Well,
I just don't know
you got
how.
a neighboring.
We have neighboring herds.
Pasture?
Yeah, we got pasture, but
This guy owns fences or one fence?
This guy owns a land on either side.
On his land.
Yeah, this guy owns
My land.
both
Yeah.
sides.
And
Totally.
who built
This guy owns both sides.
Whatever, just how it is.
So if I wanna throw a
He's
fence,
lucky that you built yours first.
Well,
But then you run a fence across to.
well, I can run one on my side now and I can fence and then I can run the road allowance.
But it's
But then
totally
he wants to run
different.
the
He
road allowance.
owns the land on both sides. And he
But
doesn't
what's the
want to
difference?
lease.
He owns it on one side, I own on the other.
He's got a difference is he owns both sides. Is the totally difference.
I don't know.
And he doesn't want a lease, he just wants a gate with a lock.
no, he wants a lease.
Just
He wants to
from May
control it
till November.
Or we allow
We
him to
can't-
control it.
I don't think we can lock it. Can we lock it? Well, I guess we could, it's our property, but then how do
Our
you?
property. You could close the road allowance to vehicular traffic, allow him to lock it. He could put one of those little triangle gates that people walk through the cows can't, I don't know.
I understand why he wants it. I get he owns both sides.
How many
I just-
requests have come forward so far on road allowances? Everybody's using them, not even asking. He's asking.
Everybody's bulldozing and nobody's, and they're just working them up. That's the problem, right? Everybody's working over them.
And then he's asking.
Yeah.
That's where you need a bylaw enforcement officer, I guess.
So what's the worst case,
Simple.
Jeremy, in your mind, what's the worst case scenario if we allow road law? Then all of a sudden we're dealing with brawls because, oh, you get to farm this road allowance, I don't get to farm that road allowance, you get to lock it, I don't get to lock it, is that your concern?
Yeah, I'm not sure actually. Since I've talked to him, I thought a lot about this and I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing. Public land is public land. And I struggle with. If we're gonna lease it, to me, it's gotta be at fair market value, so you're $100 an acre. So you're 99 feet by the half mile, so you're $500 or whatever, however many acres that works out to. So it is a revenue stream, but then does Chad have to go and mark out every other one that's using it? That has a fence across it and start sending
It smells
bills?
like the docks, Jeremy, but we're
I know.
eventually gotta figure it out.
I know, and that's why I'm trying to figure out what is.
The best solution.
The best solution, and I honestly don't know what it is, because I don't want, the next thing is gonna come. Is it's gonna be the opposite party in this situation. Is now gonna come in and say, well. I'm gonna fence this road, or I want this road.
Let them come and ask.
Yeah.
It's a road allowance, undeveloped road allowance that goes nowhere. The guy owns the land on both sides. He was allowed to put a gate. Somebody's coming and opening the gate. Give him approval letter, lock the gate from May to November and we're done. Open the gate.
Here's an example, the one beside Slashinsky's, right at Bill Slashinsky's yard. Mr. Davies, can you bring that up? We had a fellow ask us if he could access Bottle Lake on that road allowance. Slashinsky's farm both sides of it, it goes nowhere.
It does go somewhere.
No, it
goes to a
doesn't.
lake. Why, nobody else would be going to the bush in this other one.
Well, this one is, so there it is right there. Is that access or is that not access?
So what you wanna do?
Well, nothing, I'm just saying, we have 100 or probably 200 of these situations. Where the neighbor is gonna come and say, well, I don't like that, cause. I might wanna access that at some point. And I'm just trying to figure out how we
Let's deal
don't
with them.
end up with.
He can access it and the answer would be no. There's a gate across.
I think in my mind, Jeremy, it's like. is there a business case for doing this, right? Like, is this gonna really like help someone's, to me, that's the rationale that we use, whereas if you just say, I don't like it, it's like, well, that's not good enough.
This
right?
guy's
Like,
got a business.
we need to support our entrepreneurs here, and so if they're asking for this, because it makes their business life a whole lot easier. Whereas if you just wanted just to like control it, no, but like,
I mean, that road launch provides access to the minnows.
They,
well, now you disclose sort of minimum are.
Right, like, well, if you want, you can walk up and walk into the lake, right? It's the exact same. You can walk up that road launch and then walk across the next one into the minnows.
Or you can go to a store and buy some minnows.
You can't harvest minnows, it's
You
against the law.
can for cat food,
For cat food?
absolutely, all day long.
okay, so let's make a decision. We've had one request since I've been on council. I don't know how many prior council has. To me, it's a no-brainer. Let's vote and move on.
I don't think we've ever had a request to lease one, have we, Mr. Davis? We've
Yeah,
had
but-
requests to purchase them, but never, I don't think we've ever had.
I think that you should.
And
try.
at this point, do we even have to lease it? We allow them to lock it? We give them approval on the letter, just like the approval was given.
I
you
think
sent-
$500 is a decent idea, right? It's like,
I think like Councilor Draychick said, you do a lease and then it's, you know, you charge by the acre,
Well,
same as anywhere else.
we're saying this is for business, right? It's like,
Yeah.
it's like again, leasing that lot in Sandy Lake next to the.
And yet,
It's like,
but
hey, this public,
Weaver's using the
it's
public.
good for business, you gotta pay something, okay, here it
Mhm.
is.
And yet you didn't want to charge for boats for a dock in Sandy Lake.
And the
And
neighbors.
this is out in the middle of,
Minnow country.
How
Yeah,
many,
good to you.
how many people are using the road allowances right now and not paying a dime? This guy's just asking for permission to close the gate, to
Right.
lock the gate.
And we can, if further ones come up, we can do them
Deal with
individually.
that. Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
That's our job.
That's
allow
our job.
him, the letter allowed him to put a gate, so let's send him a letter to lock the gate
And
and open it November first.
Yeah.
Done.
Hey, the guy's got cattle. The guy's a farmer. It's agriculture.
That's right.
I think we would want to try and accommodate a gentleman like that for a
Charge,
business.
if we're charging him, then we better line up how many people are using the road allowances that are fenced in, worked up, bulldozed. Chad, I don't think you have
This,
time to be doing all. this
Bylaw
rental
enforcement
agreements.
officer could probably pay his way on that.
This just comes into everything else is that, people have a good thing going, it's not disturbing anybody.
Nope.
Now, if somebody's got an issue, comes to council, council's gotta make a tough decision. And, tired of talking about it, we know who's opening this gate, is it pure speculation, whatever it is, can we send them a letter, tell them to draw it? Find a hobby that's not involving opening
It's hearsay,
a gate,
that's hearsay.
I'm just saying, if it's
I know.
speculation, if we know it,
Well,
you know, whatever it is. Wherever it is, please stop opening up this gate.
Does the municipality have the right to send him a letter to allow him to give approval to lock it for the 5 months or whatever it is?
Yes.
Yeah, I think you do, because we have control of the road allowances, so if we're fine with the gate being locked. On there, then
Has he got a sign on that road already?
we just have to indicate that, you know, it's not for vehicle use and if. That, you know, Mr. Wozniak is able to use it for pasture from May 10th to November 1st, and that he can secure his gate with a lock.
Done.
No pedestrians,
let's try it.
no pedestrians or vehicles from those dates?
No access, really. You're-
No access.
No access at all.
Yeah.
You won't allow anybody on that road.
Perfect, yeah.
So there, right now, he owns both sides, there's no fence there dividing the land.
There's one up this, east side.
So a pedestrian can walk up and go as, no,
No, because the cows are at large there, 'cause
They
they're
are.
only fenced on one side.
It's all fenced on one side, yeah.
So you wouldn't be able to allow any access. You'd have to say zero access.
So that's the way the resolution would have to read, right, Mr. Davies?
Nobody else goes there, maybe sledding,
He'll open the
gate will be
gate,
open.
and the gate will be open.
he'll open it in the
Right.
fall for sleds.
I don't think he's being unreasonable. He's looking for a very short period of time to run his operation. And I can't believe we're debating this as long as we have.
can we put it in there that it's at council's discretion temporarily, if we have people coming in and now it's becoming a problem, then we have the right to immediately shut it down and change our decision.
I'd say no, and the reason why I'd say that is because the guy that's probably opening the gate's the guy that's gonna be coming in.
Well, and I think for the most part. We kind of know what's going on, but I agree with Councilor Graychuck is that if we open up the can of worms.
Chad, can we revoke this deal at any point? They're not paying us.
Yeah, we could put in there that it's a trial period, you know, subject to,
See how it works.
yeah, taking it away.
For 1 year, for the one season.
Or
Yeah.
maybe
Let's
November,
try it.
and it's already June.
Well, just the cows should be going out.
Well, and I think you need to put in there that access would have to be granted within 24 hours. If somebody wants to access it for a valid reason.
Yep.
Then
Perfect.
it would have to be very short notice. If somebody wants to go and pick mushrooms. Because are you leasing it or you're just closing it? Like, what is our,
I think.
I don't know.
the easiest is just
I have no idea.
put a lock on it. Put a lock on it
I'd
for the
rather
season.
lease it. Then you're like, we're acknowledging that, yes, we're willing to do. Things that we wouldn't normally do to help support a business, but yes, they have to pay for. that.
Then we need to, Chad, how much time do you have to start charging everybody that's using?
No, it's different because they're locking it up.
Yeah, but some farmers have
Farmers
fences
are-
right across.
Yeah, there's not even a gate to it,
well,
it's fenced in.
and that's my concern is that this is where we're gonna go with this.
I
There's
think-
7 of us that can't decide which way is the best way. And then once we open this up,
Pandora's box.
so then
We just put a gate, let them have the gate, put a lock on it and try it.
did you reach out to any other municipalities? Is anybody else leasing road loans? Or
Some have sat the neighbors down. The one, Ellis Archie has a policy in place where you can ask to use it if it's an undeveloped road allowance. But with that, they also acknowledge that once you do that, then there's probably gonna be more people wanting to do that everywhere, so.
It's,
It's
as I say,
It's a can of worms, but it might not.
We're just trying to get it right.
Yeah,
We're just trying to have some.
I think.
So
just-
what do you think? In this scenario, like what's your,
Yeah.
I know you've been dealing with this a lot, and
I think, so what happens with the gate across there, because it's on public property, they've just been opening it and leaving it. And the RCMP really can't do anything because the gate is on public property. If the gate was, say, our gate and it was locked, then we could, you know, the person could be charged with mischief or something like that, I guess. If the gate was authorized to be locked and it's Mr. Wozni gate, same thing, at least they could do something where we say, you know what, there's no vehicle access or the other thing is, I don't know, I don't have cattle, but the 2 council members here that do, like, some places have it's like a little V shape. That if you wanna walk there, you just scooch through there and away you go, you don't have to open a gate.
A turnstile or a little.
Yeah, the Ducks Unlimited properties have them
Yeah.
everywhere, if you wanna walk in there and look at something, you just put something like that, and. If they just wanna walk up the road allowance, we're not stopping them from walking up the road allowance, just like any road allowance anywhere, if you wanna walk up there.
It's at your own risk.
There's a bull in the pasture, that's your choice.
That's-
And then to
are
be
they
fair-
Walking up now?
All farmers that have fences across the road should probably be doing the same.
Yep. Whoever's got the road allowance fenced in does the same.
so if we don't lease it, if we just give him an agreement that says that he can walk it. Who would be responsible for charging somebody for opening the gate? Is that on you then?
No, it's not on us, we have no.
So does he have any authority to? Charge somebody for opening a gate on public property if it's just an agreement saying that it can be locked? Do you think the cops would even touch that?
I don't know.
Why wouldn't they have a written letter from the council saying he can lock it?
Well, okay, so he can lock it, so then they cut it next to it. It's on public property still, so I'm thinking probably the only way that would stand up in court is with an actual lease.
Yep. I agree.
I don't think if you had a letter that says it can be locked, right? So if they don't cut the lock, they just cut the wire. It's still a gate on public property.
Yeah, that's right.
And I know this situation has been going on for years with whoever is the problem. And so that's where I just don't want us to end up having issues with, it's not gonna stop. It hasn't stopped in 30 years.
No.
So it doesn't matter what agreement we give, there's just gonna be the next issue.
Okay,
So
so
if we lease it,
Then it's more airtight.
then maybe it would be airtight. If
Yeah.
we just give him an agreement stating he can lock the gate, that's gonna hold nothing.
I'm fine with that.
I agree. I think that's the way
Then
it
we
needs
can
to be.
rationalize the reduced access we're getting fair market value for this. And whatever, give him a One to.
1 year
This
trial.
term, yeah,
Yeah.
this,
Well,
once this grazing season.
If you're doing it for fair market value, then we start making a list of all of us that are using row ounces and all of us start getting a bill as well.
Well, then do it for free if you want, Teresa, but
I'm not saying for
I'm
free,
gonna
I'm just
come in
saying
and ask for
You
two
got
that I know of right now.
dollar.
He offered $1.
I have them both fenced, so if they're doing leases, let's do them.
I think since it's a half year, we discussed 500, let's go.
No,
half a year.
no, Teresa's right. If you're gonna charge him, then that's exactly what's gonna happen. He's gonna come in here and be, well, if you're charging me, you're charging everybody, so it's
Yep.
free.
Yep.
You can't start charging, we'll have 1,000, we'd have to send 1,000 invoices. Because every road allowance, I bet, is used somewhere.
Sounds like 50 grand.
Yeah,
It is, I'm sure it is.
250,
Sure it is, there's that.
We're just trying to solve a problem.
yes.
Right. So, or do you lease
Charge the dollar.
you do the lease agreement, cause so it'll stand up and you charge the dollar to make it an agreement,
Legal.
legal.
Okay,
move on.
for the year.
Okay, let's do $1.
So 24-hour access,
By a valid.
terminated
request.
within 24 hours if the agreement doesn't work.
We're not responsible if somebody cuts the gate.
We're not responsible for anything.
Yeah.
That's,
But
he'll have to, but I think he'll have to show you, like you'll need proof of his insurance probably, because if somebody does get hurt on there, then the liability will go on him.
That's right.
I would. Yeah, well, I'll probably have a camera and catch the guy.
Well, because if like somebody walks out there and the bull's running loose and the bull names somebody, what happens then, right?
Well, yeah, we're closing the gate.
We're closing the
He's closing it, we're not.
Yeah.
Oh, it's still.
We want zero liability with this game.
Right.
This lease agreement will be just like if you went and leased.
So what happens if a sign, if municipal, because in the letter back in whenever we got that letter come in. There was supposed to be put a sign put up, there's no clarification of what kind of sign. Do you put a checkerboard? It's closed, or do you put livestock, like what do we put there? We're saying
Well, what do the farmers, other farmers have on?
nothing, because it's fenced in, nothing, nobody's going there.
Well, there's just nothing. We have one
Right.
between me and Ian that's fenced. It's got a gate. Nobody ever opens it or closes it except for and there's nothing. There's that. There's no signage. There might be a checkerboard. There used to be maybe actually on.
Supposed to be orange signs on it.
Yeah, maybe.
So do we
That's right.
put a checkerboard sign, there's nowhere to go here,
Enter at your own risk.
not even that, it's closed, like there's a checkerboard sign.
So close to everything, no walking, no nothing, just boom, it's. You get to the end of the line, it's
Is
done.
yours open to anybody to walk through the gate?
Yeah, they can, look, there's nothing gated, anybody can walk down
Yeah,
there.
it's
You
open.
don't get many people. looking
Anybody
for-
can
We
walk
have
down.
deer hunters that use it. That's about it.
If they get permission from you.
No,
because it's
as long as they can drive down there.
It's a public road, I can't gate there,
Shoot off a road,
but it's,
I don't know if it's considered, it's not a road. So you
it's
probably,
road lawns, you can't shoot off road lawns.
Chad, can you hunt on a road lawns?
Undeveloped road lawns, yeah.
Undeveloped road lawns? There you go.
there you go, so it's undeveloped. Road lawns.
So you can't hunt on it.
So, but if you put a checkerboard there.
They get permission from the farmer.
And if you're leasing it for $1, you put leased road lawns, done.
Let's try it.
Do you wanna bring this back to us at the next meeting, Mr. Davies, with some
Pretty
options?
much have to either, come up with a lease agreement or,
Yeah.
one heck of a resolution.
We'll give you some time here to come up with
Yeah.
it, send it out to council so we can have some.
And if next meeting's no good, bring it the following one, you got lots of water
Then the
projects.
summer's over.
But he needs,
And like how-
he needs an answer.
If we're
Where
allowing, if we're allowing him to have a gate, or we're considering allowing him to have a lock, isn't it kind of the same thing? Like if someone cuts your lock or opens your gate, isn't it the same behavior?
Well, that's what I said, we just need an airtight agreement.
Yeah, at least he can sue or go after them.
He needs an answer from us, because it's June, the cattle are going out, what are we doing?
Well, he's,
At least give
Mr.
him a permission and then you can work on your letter, your resolution or your.
We'll give him,
agreement.
we'll have it at the next meeting.
I mean, he's got,
Next meeting is 3 weeks away. When are your cattle out in pasture?
Mine are out there now.
Okay,
I mean, there also
This
has
needs
been
to
an
be decent.
opportunity to come back before June 7th. Like, if you're that worried about it, you can come to council before. June 7th.
he could,
Yeah, we're
this
good.
was going on.
There is concern that there is liability, and we've asked our administrator to take some time to do something properly. Because it's not a project that we should just hastily rush into.
That'll be July 2nd is our next meeting.
So what are we gonna get, say, no fee, because we don't wanna be starting that, we don't wanna start that, I don't think.
No.
Lease, so that he can actually charge them for opening the gate versus no lease. I think, like you'd have to, I don't know. Does that make sense to everybody else? Like if there's no agreement, does that make sense?
Yeah, you have to have ownership, or like implying ownership.
Is this the way we wanna go down this, or do we wanna be looking at something different? Like maybe all gates on road allowances need to be Texas gates, or something that's got access, Mr. Davies,
I don't know.
like, do you wanna come back? Do you wanna think about this? Do you wanna?
So why couldn't we just do a letter of approval now, and in that letter, we make it clear. This is your letter, your gate,
Your law,
your lock. We're allowing you to lock it from November, or May till November. It needs to be open after that.
and council is expanding the, bylaw on
Responsibilities on him for this, like, we're not liable for anything, we're allowing you to do this. That's it.
So about 3 years ago, we had a ratepayer come to us and informed us that we were liable if they hit cows at a cattle crossing, because the administrative allowed them to put cattle crossing signs in the ditch.
Okay.
So the neighbor come to us and said, because you put the signs in the ditch, or because the signs are in the ditch, we think that you are now liable for the cows crossing if I hit one in the dark.
Okay.
Does this story ring a bell, Mr. Davey?
Oh, this all rings a bell.
So they removed the sign. Got legal opinion. Put the signs back up because we were not responsible. The signs were, is that correct, Mr. Davis?
Yeah, cattle running at large, we're not saying that cattle are running at large, they're simply there for a cattle crossing, that if they're moving their cattle from one pasture to the other, it doesn't mean the cow can walk freely across the road.
Right.
So to me, this is the exact same. Administration has to get approval from our legal to make sure that this is airtight. We can't be just doing a letter on a whim thinking that we're good. Especially considering it's a very ongoing situation. It's not new. So I think it's 3 weeks to get the legal opinion and to make sure that Mr. Davies has time to come up with a lease agreement, which is what this guy has asked for.
Well, it could be, he could get the legal advice and do we do it by letter or legal agreement and we move on. If we can get that answer in the next 3 weeks
let's do it.
and
Yeah,
do
well,
it.
that's it.
That's right.
So when he gets the information, he'll bring it back to us, but I don't think we can do a letter today just on because somebody's asked without Mr. Davies having time to contact.
We know where this.
Let's get a legal opinion.
And how long has he been running his incumbent gate system for?
Yeah, years,
Well, I don't know that answer.
2014.
2015, I was
So he's been running it for 11, 12 years.
12 years, yeah,
3 weeks isn't gonna change his life.
yep, exactly.
Okay, so let's move.
It's been flawless for 11 years. Now they have a situation with a disgruntled somebody. I don't know who it is. But I mean, I would have a camera up and I would find out who the disgruntled person is and maybe have a grown-up conversation.
I guess
Probably does.
$500.
She does.
Okay, you'll bring it back to our next council meeting, Mr. Davis. So bylaws, 16.
Just, sorry. On that, is everybody in favor of leasing road loans then?
Well, we'll vote on the resolution at the next meeting.
Well, but it's no use Mr. Davies doing all the work
Why not?
if we're not in favor of voting in favor of,
An extra
leasing.
50 feet there, I'm in.
well, no, because it's at $0, so there's no money.
There we go.
So
There's other municipalities, we need to look at what other municipalities have in place, because we can't be the first one that people have a situation like this.
yeah, but
So
you
what
can't,
do they do?
so, but there's different scenarios, right? Like if you bring me an agreement from the along the lake where the road allowance, you know. I mean, you can go to the side where we go hunting at Kettle Hills and there's road allowance, but I mean, there's nobody, right? So. Yes, there's other municipalities that have probably done it. But there's other scenarios where it's like 500 miles of barren land where, I mean, of course, you're gonna let them fence the road lawns because it's. So I think Mr. Davies has lots of work to do. I'm not against it. I just think that it has to be done properly and, yeah, so that's that we're,
So
Mr.
10 miles
Davies highlighting, that's municipal land where we go where.
Across it, everyone opens and closes.
I
and,
think right now we need to deal with this one and then have a bigger discussion, but we have a request here. We've known about this apparently,
year.
yeah. I mean, we were addressed, it was at December, January, this should have been dealt with a long time ago.
And what was in
Let's-
December or January? What was
The
it?
letter that we got complaining about this.
Yep. So
And-
on the other side of it, right?
Yeah.
Right, and at the
Yes.
meeting, we were indicating that, and I don't think Chad was here or Mr. Davies, but it was where we were gonna follow up. We were gonna have administration follow up and talk to Mr. Washney to get his side of the story and find out what was going on. I don't know if that took place or not.
Well, he brought it to us this week. We just heard about it this week.
So
Yeah.
if we can settle this one as soon as we possibly can. And then have a bigger discussion on what we're going to be doing. This is a one-off that we got a request on. Everybody else is using it, not even asking.
Okay, Mr. Davies, bring it back to our next meeting.
And if this
We'll
brings up,
vote, we'll vote on it then.
if other people have problems, then they can
Then
bring
we
it up.
deal with it.
And maybe we'll have to have a policy here or something.
There you go. Bylaws, 16.1, resolution for first reading of bylaw 181 zoning amendment for number 4 Timothy Road. I get a mover to get this on the table. Dr. Langston, seconded by. Seconded by. Councilor Dreitch. Robert,
This is a first reading for bylaw 181 to amend the Arama Park zoning bylaw 1311. This is applied by Doug and Judith Marvin, Alan and Janice Meadows, Linda and Larry Kidd, and John and Twilla Burton of 4 Timothy Road. The intent is to rezone lot 1, block 2, plan 7062, which is a part of the southeast quarter of 241919 in the municipality of Harrison Park. And this is to rezone from commercial general zone to residential general zone to allow for a 4-lot subdivision, which is subdivision file number 4609 258799.
Councilor Langston.
Yeah, very familiar with the property, for people that basically built on it, one piece of land. It's not probably going back to commercial anytime now, with made significant investments in all their cabins, and, I think this is they've done water and sewer upgrades, so I think that this is. Makes sense to bring it forward.
We had this one brought forward.
Yeah, this is a condition of the subdivision that we're been going through.
It's up here.
Correct, right on the corner.
Is the piece of property behind them commercial?
Yes, that whole strip on the south
Yeah, okay.
is all
All
commercial.
the way down.
Mhm.
Oh,
All that's
okay, okay.
Nice.
Even all those houses on the,
bottom.
On the bottom corner there.
okay.
Okay, good. Any other questions from council on this?
How were they allowed to build 4 houses on commercial property back in the day?
Would have been probably residential way back in the day, and then what we do with our zoning bylaws, you kind of move stuff to highway commercials and things over the years, and that's what would happen.
And it was
Oh,
Yeah, once it's the house is there, it's grandfathered in, but they could have, somebody could buy that, could have bought the whole property, got rid of it, turned it into a commercial business or whatever.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So yeah, it's all family members, all 4 of them, so it's just cleaning up for state planning purposes.
Succession, yeah, makes sense.
That succession sounds better.
Yeah.
Yes, that's a good one. Yeah. Okay, any other questions from council before I call the vote? All those in favor? Carried. Thanks, Robert.
Thank you.
16.2, resolution for first reading bylaw 182 tipping fees. I gotta move to get this on the table. Councilor Dreitch, seconded by Councilor Langston. So, Mr. Davies, you've kind of looked over what other RMs are charging for tipping, and this is what you come up with for
Yeah, we
dollars.
pulled out, ones that were easily accessible on the, web or internet, Riverdale, who else was in there? I think there was actually a spreadsheet.
Riverdale just did theirs last year.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
Grandale, Riverdale, Taché, stuff like that, so.
We never had a bylaw before?
We had a bylaw, our tipping fees were out of date.
Okay.
They've been in place since 2010, we never did change them.
Basically, tractor and semis doubled. 1 ton is a little bit more than it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if somebody pulls in with a tractor and semi trailer,
$150. Right now it's 75.
So if I had a 700 square foot bungalow, how many, and I want to demolish it, how many semi-trailer loads do you guys think would take?
Oh, that's loaded question. Is it
Because-
timber? Is it wood framed? Is it cement? Is it?
It's just the house.
Wood.
It's a house in Sandy Lake.
Depends how big the trailer is, because there's different size semi trailers.
I get it.
Probably 4. I'm looking at
4
5 or 6 per month.
Yeah.
That's depending on who's on the hoe and how much they smash it up. The issue is. And I know we can't rectify this issue, but a semi tractor trailer. Can vary from 10 ton. To 40 ton.
Right.
Cause if you fill the bottom of that with
The concrete.
concrete. Versus insulation and bulky wood.
Yeah.
And I've been asking for a scale at the waste site forever, and I know we're probably not getting one, because Mr. Davies is gonna tell you we need $250,000 to put hydro and power and scale and.
Yeah.
But I
But-
think you had to separate. You had to separate. You had to have concrete in one trailer load, you had to have lumber in the other.
You maybe do, but I'm just saying $150 is the same, doesn't matter what you bring in.
Yeah. I get
So if you bring in a load. For $150, if you bring in one semi load that has to go to service.
Yeah.
Well, $150 doesn't put it to service.
no,
But you could bring in semi loads, you could bring in 3 semi loads that could go in one load of service. So I don't know how,
It's not perfect.
I don't know how you, without a scale, I don't know how you make it better,
Well, moderate,
but.
doubling the rates is a decent start.
Yeah.
Like to get us closer to cost recovery, and in a short time, these are gonna be. You know, we're gonna be paying more anyway, so.
Well, that's right.
Like, what is Cody gonna bring us for a bill to cost smash this concrete?
We do have that number.
But the thing is, we're getting material out of that, right? We're getting material that's usable out of that concrete, correct?
Somewhat,
Cause it's gonna be crushed rock.
well, yeah, you able to use it for holes or.
Yeah.
I'm just saying that it's gonna be a big bill, so we need to be careful on.
and there's lots of it.
But there's a lot of.
Well, at least we've raised prices.
And the
If I have
good,
to remember, Counselor Drich, I think it works out to, it would be about $11 per yard, is what the material would cost us.
To crush,
that'd be your recovery cost off of the bill,
Right.
so.
So that's a quarter of the cost. Because crush, 3/4 crush is $40 a yard.
Yes.
So you're a quarter of your cost as opposed to buying.
Yeah, what are we gonna do with it? Where are you gonna dump a bunch of cement? You're not gonna put it on a road, you're gonna put it in a hole, right? You're gonna use it to,
Yeah, you're gonna use it.
so I mean, it's usable, but it's not like buying crushed rock that you're gonna
We
put,
wouldn't put crush
I
on
mean,
it.
it's basically.
No.
So.
But which I mean, Phil, if he bought pit run is what? $10 a yard, $7 a yard?
4, 5, probably 6.
Yeah.
Then
Shales.
it's fine, I'm just saying we have to be very. We need to have a really big discussion on stuff like this and the lagoon tipping fees and stuff
Mhm.
like that, because. Our stuff is gonna get very expensive.
Yes.
So I'm glad that you brought it to us at least, and we're making it better, but.
It's not perfect, we know that.
I realize
That's,
that, and that's.
When we implement this now and then have more discussion, like bring it up again to see.
Hopefully people would separate their concrete from their wood. But
Yeah, and they will, I'm just using that as an example of.
Yeah.
And because we're crushing the concrete, it's not gonna be as big of a bill as if we hauled it, but.
Yeah.
We just have to be careful, because all of a sudden you fill up your resource. From. And then it costs so much money to deal with the
So do
situation.
you think we need to go up with this or what are you thinking?
It's fine, I think we accept it, that's good.
Yeah, I think it's like the way it is.
I want trailer smaller than 4x, $30, half ton, 3/4 ton, quarter ton trucks, $20, make them the same price. I wish I still had my truck so I could load it up to the brim and haul it. I don't have my truck anymore, but I got a trailer that's a 5x10 and I'm not putting anything more on there than I am what I would fit in the back of my truck, so I don't know why thered be a difference price there. Just make them the same, $30 or whatever, or drop it down to 20 for E. Maybe same as G.
So for each mattress, it's $20?
Is that what it cost us to get rid of them now?
Yeah, one, they take up a lot of space. In the hills and.
But what happens when we're not gonna use the hill anymore, right?
Yeah.
So what happens, how much does it cost us to ship a mattress? Like, do you just ship it in the containers when you do? Is that what you do?
Yeah, there's two options. Like currently we do just ship them in the containers. The other option is if we ever had a trailer to put them in and store them, we can transport them to Winnipeg at our cost. And then they tear down the mattress for recycling, but totally borne of our cost.
So it's $20 a mattress enough to cover our cost?
If we were hauled to Winnipeg, no,
No.
but it's a start, I guess.
How many mattresses would you fit into a trailer, let's say, probably?
Well, I did have that actually worked out at one time. And I can't remember off the top of my head how many it was.
Because basically that's what,
How big they are, or how thick they are, or.
Yeah.
Effective.
Yeah,
53-foot trailer, like I'm just saying, like if you had a 53-foot trailer there, how many mattresses go in it? Then you divide out your cost, right?
yeah,
Like, I'm fine with the way this is because like I've got a 1/4 ton truck. And you can't fit much in there. So $20 to unload that, I think is fine.
I agree. I'm fine with this too. I just think this needs to be on our radar as a large discussion on how we're gonna manage this stuff. That's where I was just asking, like, crushing that cement pile is gonna cost the RM a lot of money, right? Like,
yes,
how much money do you think? Just, nothing will hold you to.
40,000.
Yeah, so.
How about we start charging, if you're not from our municipality, these numbers are double. Because people are from Erickson, Klein William are bringing their stuff up here and not utilizing their own landfill in their own municipality and paying the fees there, so they're bringing it up here and filling the cars.
Do you think that?
I always wanted to see it be doubled and charge the people.
We're just so much cheaper than Erickson, so.
Well, let's make it unreasonable for them to fill our landfill up and don't fill up your own landfill.
So what do we think Erickson's rates are? Is this Erickson's rates?
Erickson's horrendously expensive.
Yeah.
Because they gotta ship.
Right, so I agree with Wade though. If we're
Because
gonna,
they have to ship it.
if we're gonna do the cheap option, even if it's just for the next 12 months, like.
And Cody, when a refrigeration unit comes in, fridge, whatever. Do our fellas check to see if the coolant's been drained and all that?
Yeah, there's a tag attached to it if the coolant's been drained by a certified person.
Okay.
If not, then it sits on site. Right now, we have a whole bunch segregated off to the side. We pull in somebody that's certified in removal, and then they do that, and then we pay them.
And we charge them extra.
Yeah, there's $20 fee currently. That's not something new on here. There is a current $20 fee, but I'm pretty sure it was just attached to fridges. And the idea, I guess the idea of there is more things with Freon that need removal than just fridges.
Well, I see, like your freezers, your. coolers,
Okay, does anyone have a problem with the double throat of municipality people? I don't have a problem with it. I think that, we tell our attendants, first time you give them a warning, we communicate it, first time they get a warning, second time it's.
I don't even think
Attendants
we
know
give them.
if you're from the RA.
You have to have a tax bill or something.
Yeah, there's gonna be some proof here because they're coming up quite often and they're filling up and you know what, I'm all for looking after our ratepayers here before we go giving the same courtesy to somebody else. You know, our taxpayers pay taxes here, theirs do not. And yet they're filling up our.
Some RMs, it's like a library card with a barcode on it. And it's scanned at the waste site, and that proves that you're a ratepayer and.
Driver's license, you can't leave home without a driver's
True.
license, so
Yeah,
it's right there too, where's their?
Yeah, then most tourists wouldn't.
That's true, yeah, no, that's.
Okay, why don't we move forward with this and direct our administration that we'd like a plan for how to do How to do out of area payments?
Out of area payments, yeah.
I think they should pay double, because then
Well,
it's.
they are.
Is that reasonable?
Yeah, so just back to Counselor Scully, E and G, the same.
Well, it just doesn't make sense. Now you're kind of.
The guy with the
Don't have a
SUV.
truck. Yeah,
With a
exactly.
small trailer,
Yeah,
yeah.
and hey, I had a truck, I loved it. You fill it up, you take it to the dump, pay $20, that's fine. But now I don't have a truck, so I got a small SUV, and a lot of people have SUVs that pull small trailers that are the same size as a half-ton truck, so it's basically, 6'6" by whatever width. So just make it the same. I don't care if it's 20, I don't care if it's 30, whatever it is, just make the same. We'll leave it up to you.
Here's a question for you, and I don't know the answer to this. We have an agreement with Parks Canada to take their garbage. So
We have an agreement for Parks Canada to take their household waste.
only their household, so if somebody's doing a reno in Clear Lake, they should be considered an outside.
Correct.
RM person.
Yep.
I just didn't know how we did that with, like if you have a cabin, because there's how many cabin or old cabins in Clear Lake right now, right? That people are removing and gutting and all their stuff, so.
100%.
And we need a plan quick on how are our attendants at our waste
I thought we were
sites
gonna give Chad 3 weeks.
identifying, and we get it implemented.
Well, we will, but we'll just,
So basically you want, we're gonna make E and G the same at 20,
Whatever.
and then, or whichever.
What's
number you
the
tell me.
Chad?
Trailers smaller than 4x8 and then.
Yeah,
G
sorry, I thought you
trucks.
said EMG.
and,
Yeah, I thought he-
E and
E and G.
And then, so basically, within Harrison Park, first column, second one, outside municipality, double of whatever the inside one is. On today.
Perfect.
So that's what you'd be giving first reading to today then, so we can continue on with the process and have it in place in a timely manner.
Everybody's good with that?
Yep.
Yeah.
Further discussion?
Hey Cody, do we get any of those big units? I see somebody's doing a demo, parks in the driveway and all the garbage goes in and then we'll see the truck. Okay, so they're charged for that, to dump it up, okay.
That's Dobson. Mr. Dobson has.
Oh, these are way bigger.
Oh,
These are way bigger.
oh,
They're 30-yard bins.
Yeah.
Some of them.
Okay.
10-yard, 15-yard, 20-yard, but they're truck roll-off containers.
and they dump them at the landfill,
Correct.
so then. What do we charge for that? That'd be a semi-tractor at $150.
Yeah, or a tandem axle truck, like depending on how big the box is, kind of thing.
Okay, further discussion? Seeing none, call the question, all those in favor? Carried. Okay, counselor's privilege. Mr. Andreecha?
thanks, Cody.
Thanks.
Ride for Life is coming up, not till the end of July, but some pretty exciting news. We're gonna have a new trail Friday and Saturday. So, Saturday trail will be half new, half old. Friday's trail is, new. We're also doing Friday night, instead of Sunday, so that's new for Ride for Life. So anybody that, partakes in that.
So is there gonna be like a meal or a supper?
On Friday night, there'll be hot dogs cooked.
Oh, cooked, not raw.
Just be like a glorified wiener roast, mostly for the horse riders, but if anybody wants to come and
Oh, okay.
watch and have a hot dog and a drink, they're welcome to.
Oh,
The
cool.
bar will be open. There'll be some music on the stage. I'm just not sure if it'll be live or something, but there'll be something.
Okay, and then Saturday's the big,
Saturday is the big supper and the ride and, the auction. So
Good.
24th, 25th, I believe are the dates.
Is that for cross-state or what's that for? Is Ride for Life?
No, it's just, we give money to basically anybody that needs it.
Locally.
yeah.
Yeah, I guess, I don't know if
That's,
you might consider
motorcycles.
local, but Saskatchewan, Manitoba-ish. So
They take horses and they go on the trails up in the park and.
it's not uncommon for us to raise between $30,000 and $40,000 in a year after expenses. Some years a little better, some years a little later, but.
It's worth the trip there.
Anything else?
Uh,
Okay, Counselor Campbell?
Okay, I reported last meeting, I have to apologize, I said the Erickson Legion, but it was the Erickson Lions Club. Held a fundraiser on Friday night, last Friday. Ticket sales reached over, I think, 150,000. I had a glass of wine when they were making the announcement, so. And the Lions, so they're going to approach Lions International and they're going to match funds, so. Menegosa Hospital Surgical Program will receive over $300,000 from the Lions.
Nice. Perfect.
Yes, it was a wonderful, AJ catered great beef. There was the Legion Hall in Erickson was full. They had entertainment. It was a wonderful night.
There you go.
Okay.
Council Langston.
Yeah, we got, pickleball tournament happening in Honor Saturday, July 11th. Looks like it's gonna be a good one. There's a softball tournament happening on Canada Day, July 1st. And then we've got a play and auditions happening called Spikey's Points. It's at the Honor District Rec Center. Really great to see them getting into arts, and also I just wanted to wish all of our graduates a happy graduation.
Thank you for that. Councillor Kent, Qual.
I'm good, thanks.
Councillor Screwland.
I concur with a lot what Councillor Langston said, especially the graduates. Congratulations. I'd also like to give the municipality to the south a plug for their event coming up, the Jamboree Days. And I hope everybody has a safe summer that will soon be upon us, and bring on the sunshine.
Okay, Councillor Coley. Everything's been covered. Okay, June 20th, pancake breakfast in Newdale. Age friendly, and the Newdale Fire Department conjunction are putting it on, so pancake breakfast. And there'll be some of the equipment from the Newdale Fire Department there as well, so invite everybody out to attend that.
That's
June the
Saturday?
20th. Yep, Saturday, next Saturday.
That's Father's Day.
Father's Day is a Sunday.
Oh, yeah, this is Saturday.
Yeah, this is the Saturday. And then the Father's Day is the pancake breakfast in Erickson, that's a weekend. So busy weekend next weekend. And yeah, that's about all I got. Okay, can I get a mover to go in camera? Councillor Swoley, seconded by Councillor Draychick, all those in favor? Carried. We have one resolution.
No, Mr. Chair, the Municipal Act allows, since you're all still at the table and at the same meeting, to reconsider a motion that was made. So we just asked that you basically reconsider the accounts resolution to include the $10,000 check from Clear Lake Country be inserted into that. And we just thought we would have to do it next meeting.
Yeah, so the 15-1 is revoked.
Resolution number.
Yeah.
So the 15 will be voided and the new check issued for 10.
So you have something.
10226.
153. Oh, no, sorry, 152.
Yeah, so resolution number 152 today would include the $10,000 check to Clear Lake Country, and the 15,001 is voided. Okay, same as somebody. So the mover and seconder are. Who's the mover and seconder?
Count. Berglund and Langston.
Councillor Scribbler moved it, Councillor Langton seconded, so if you have no issues with those changes.
Green light.
Green light.
Green light.
Just ask for the vote of one chair on that.
All those in favor? Carried. Okay, with that, we are adjourned.
Thanks for saving
A
5.
mover and a seconder for adjourning?
Yes, you need one.
Can I get a mover to adjourn this council meeting? Councillor Draychick, all those in favor? Carried. We are adjourned.